Are y'all dating?
No.
Yeah.
He said yeah, you said no.
So I'm not gonna lie, we've been dating.
You look very beautiful though. You said scale of 1 through 10, what would you rate me?
What do I rate you?
1 through 10.
Like an 8.
For real?
Yeah.
I get a kiss on the cheek.
I'm so.
If there is one thing you can learn from my channel, it is to respect yourself. I don't give a fuck what you look like. I don't give a fuck where you come from. I don't care any situation you're in. When your woman is acting like this, or she's doing these kind of things, or she's making you out to be a fucking fool, you move on. The most powerful trait a man has is to, number one, have respect for himself, but number two, be able to walk away from any situation at any given time, at any given place. All right, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Once you stop giving a fuck, you win. I really wish more men understood that shit, man. It will drive your fucking girl crazy when you stop giving a fuck. It's not that you don't care about her, it's not that you don't respect her, it's that you respect yourself more. That's it. I love my woman, I respect my woman, but I respect myself more, and I care about my future more than dealing with these fucking hoes. That's it. You guys gotta understand that shit. These chicks acting like this don't care about you. They certainly don't respect you. Move on about yourself out there making you look like a beta bitch.
I expect a man to pay for the date. Yes, the whole entire date. That includes my Uber to the date and my Uber back to my house. If you are a man that I'm interested in, I want to see that you can provide for me. I want to see that you can afford an Uber ride. I want to see that you can afford a nice dinner date. Like, can you afford basic things? Because if you can't afford dinner and an Uber, my transportation, you certainly can't afford kids. You certainly can't afford a house. You certainly can't afford my bills. And I got bills.
This girl doesn't even have a car, and she has a laundry list of expectations. But not only that, after that, she says she has bills and she needs her bills paid, which means that this man has to also pay her bills. And this is what's wild about most women in the dating scene nowadays. They're so entitled that they think a couple of dates means that these men are just gonna organically scoop them up and start paying their bills, and in her case, get her an Uber because she doesn't even have a car. But additionally, a lot of these women have unrealistic expectations. This particular woman, if you go to her page, she wants the top 1% of a man that can pay for everything and do everything, but she's got her butt cheeks out, her breasts out, and she's looking for these men on Tinder. General rule of thumb in a relationship is to not ask for things that you can't give in return. So it's wild to me that a lot of people on the dating scene are asking for things that they can't even do themselves. Like, she wants somebody to provide for her, but she can't pay her own bills, or she doesn't have a car. But additionally, like, I don't want to tear her down in any way, but looks wise, the type of man that she's looking for more than likely isn't going to find her attractive in the first place. Okay, bye.
The age of playing hard to get is long gone. A clear no means exactly that. Persisting after a rejection isn't just annoying, it can escalate to fear, restraining orders, legal charges, and a spot on the sex offenders list. The risks far outweigh any potential gain. In today's world, men are acutely aware of how the fight for gender equality has sometimes been twisted into manipulating the legal system. Tales circulate of intentional pregnancies without informing the man, leading to coerced marriages for financial stability. When these marriages sour, men often find themselves disadvantaged by biased court systems. A single false accusation can shatter a man's life, stripping him of paternal rights while leaving him financially obligated. Cynical as it may sound, these incidents, while not universal, are frequent enough to breed skepticism and caution in men when it comes to commitments. Unscrupulous actions by some women, often unchallenged by their peers, have given rise to movements like mgtow and the men's rights movement, representing a backlash against perceived injustices. The legal system, once considered a beacon of impartiality, now appears skewed and sexist, favoring women. A woman hitting a man may go unpunished, while a man defending himself risks losing everything: kids, income, and reputation, with potential jail time. Claims that men have a quantity problem while women have a quality problem don't hold up to scrutiny. Women face quality issues, and men grapple with both quality and quantity problems. The idea that limited options somehow enhance quality is wishful thinking. The the reality is often quite the opposite. In Western culture, the expectations placed on men are excessive. Trading your sanity and safety for a relationship with someone hostile and unreasonably demanding, only to face unfair consequences, is neither a good bargain nor a good life. We are individuals who seek peaceful and happy lives, so why allow societal expectations and certain women to strip that away? When a majority of us simply desire a tranquil existence, being labeled as predators without explanation is problematic. Height and income thresholds as deal breakers further compound these issues. It's not worth dealing with problems that can be avoided.
Men aren't avoiding dating because it's difficult. It's because it's perilous. The law, not designed with the current population of deceitful women in mind, has become a potential trap. Innocuous actions like having alcohol on a receipt or leaning in for a kiss can be misconstrued as serious offenses. Even compliments are now labeled as harassment. Making plans that involve picking someone up raises suspicions of stalking. The rise of prevent rape services in restaurants adds another layer of complexity. Innocent situations can escalate to police involvement, with men facing scrutiny and patronizing attitudes when questioning the lopsided nature of a society that often favors a woman's word over common sense. The dating scene has become an impossible and dangerous twilight zone, devoid of logic and reason, replaced by spite, paranoia, pettiness, and hatred. This hostile environment is pushing more men away from dating altogether. Men are fed up with the entitled attitudes of women in today's world. In the era before the influx of social media and the so-called empowerment from feminism, relationships were simpler. Boy meets girl, they go on dates, and they become a couple. However, the rise of social media has made men, especially in the West, feel easily replaceable. Any guy can be swapped out for the next simp if a woman, regardless of her qualities, posts alluring photos on her profile. If you strip away social media, cell phones, and the internet, more genuine connections might flourish. Removing a woman's ego, bringing her back down to earth, and preventing her from seeing herself as a celebrity responding to messages from desperate men could potentially lead to more meaningful relationships. In the current dating landscape, men feel like they're in a tough job market, going through an interview where they have to prove themselves while the woman, acting as the employer, often shows minimal effort. Despite claims of wanting equality, women often don't reciprocate equal effort, resorting to ghosting instead of straightforward communication. The burden falls disproportionately on the guy, making the first move, potentially paying for the date, being entertaining, convincing her of his uniqueness, maintaining interesting text conversations, and timing messages just right. Meanwhile, women seem to get a free pass for being uninteresting and putting in minimal effort. Mixed signals about dating preferences contribute to the frustration. Women claim to desire a man who listens and engages in emotional conversations, yet they often pursue the opposite, the stereotypical partying guy lacking depth. In the twisted world of Western expectations, men are asked to sacrifice their sanity and safety for hostile and unreasonably demanding partners. Trading everything for an unfair outcome isn't just a bad bargain, it's a miserable life. We're humans who desire peace and happiness. So why let societal pressures, especially from females, strip that away? When 80% of us just want a hassle-free existence, the problem is glaring. It's not that men are avoiding dating because it's hard, it's because it's perilous. The law wasn't crafted with today's vast population of deceitful women in mind. A mere alcohol receipt can lead to accusations of date rape, a lean-in for a kiss deemed sexual assault, and compliments considered harassment. Even planning to pick her up raises suspicions of stalking. Some restaurants now offer a prevent rape service. Picture this: a seemingly innocent date, and suddenly you're in the back of a police car, clueless about what went wrong. Men who question this lopsided society face scrutiny, patronizing attitudes, and absurd questions like, "Can't you tell the difference between assault and a handshake?" Or, "Do you crave rape that badly?" This is why more men are bidding farewell to the dating scene. It's turned into an impossible and dangerous twilight zone, devoid of logic and reason, replaced by a world of spite, paranoia, pettiness, and hatred. Strip away a woman's ego, and suddenly she's grounded. no longer lost in the clouds thinking she's some celebrity receiving messages from desperate, low-value men willing to do anything for attention. Dating, in this day and age, feels like a job interview in a tough job market. The guy, the employee, has to prove himself while she, the employer, isn't even willing to meet halfway, often resorting to ghosting instead of straightforward communication. Women claim to want equality, but shy away from putting in equal effort. The guy must make the first move, likely foot the bill, be funny and exciting, all while convincing her he's different from the rest. Meanwhile, women get a free pass for being boring and uninteresting. This backlash, women must realize, is a consequence of their own actions. Dealing with it requires introspection and understanding. Cost. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.